Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Susan Dyer and my Facebook group is Divining Women. I was born clairvoyant and now I mentor awakening women. Stay tuned. We are going to demystify something that shouldn't have been mystical in the first place. So stay tuned. I hear this phrase, holding space, all the time, and every single time, it gets me a little bit wound up. Part of my role here is a catalyst, and so I know I have these reactions on purpose, and I know they're meant to serve, to kind of open people's mind up to other possibilities. So when I get like that, when I get wound up about something, I know I gotta do a video about it. So this topic came up in class, in one of my Patreon classes. If you haven't checked me out over there, please do. It is for $7 a month. You guys tell me what class to teach, and then I bring you up on screen. I do split screens. We do a lot of interactions. We do interim class check-ins. It is a lot more interaction than we have or that I can possibly have in my Facebook group, Divining Women. It's an amazing space and it's growing quickly. So please do check that out. It really is a special place and it really does allow us to have a lot more interaction. So one of my students brought this up in the middle of class and I found myself going completely off on a rant about it. And here's why. It's often used in spiritual circles. And it's often not explained. And this is a deal. If you don't know any better, then you don't do any better, and that's fine. But I don't use that phrase intentionally. And that is because when you say holding space, I know that immediately that is going to set you ill at ease. Immediately that is going to set anyone listening into this space of like, wait, am I holding space? Like, am I able? Can I do that? Am I doing that? And I'm here to tell you that if you care, and if you're listening, you are holding space. That's it. It's not something mystical. Although when it's used and not explained, it can seem that way. That's all it is, guys. And here's a story to illustrate how fundamental and accessible holding space is. I had one of my worst dark nights of the soul immediately after I got married, right? That was my soul self screaming. And that was me, little me, here, Susan, shoving it back down again, being like, no, we're not going there. We can't go there. No, I'm getting married. Watch out. So I came into and then out of one of my worst dark nights. Immediately after getting home from my honeymoon. And I had to go in treatment. And when I came out, I was so humiliated. All these women I would help. And again, my freaking magical best friend, so practical. And let me just say, this woman is an agnostic on a good day, okay? Most of the time, she's straight atheist. And she is one of the most spiritual people I know. How awesome is that? How much does that open up this to anyone and everyone? I gotta do a video on that. Anyway, she said to me, I was like so ashamed, feeling such shame, like I can't help these women. I can't talk to them. I've got nothing to offer. I'm like a husk of a woman. And I'll never forget it. She said to me, yes you do. You do have something to offer. If you can listen to them, you have something to offer. And that like broke my brain. Because that was right. Because I did care about them deeply and I could listen. And guys, I'm going to tell you, the bulk of what I actually do, beyond the psychic readings, beyond all of that, I know that's really meaningful and amazing. But the core of what I do is listen to you and love you no matter what. And honestly, that is what motivates all of us. If you're watching this video, it's what motivates you. For all of us on this path, we all feel in some way a sense of being a misfit. Literally being a misfit. Not quite belonging. And underneath that is homesickness, but that's for another video. Every single one of us in some way struggles with a feeling of we don't quite belong, at least not as gracefully as the next person. And each one of us is motivated by a really deep need to be heard and seen and loved no matter what, to be unconditionally accepted. Because honestly, we struggle to do that for ourselves, so we seek it in someone else. And I've heard this phrase, okay, that's another video, like you've got to learn to love yourself before you can learn another person to love, whatever. Let me tell you, I really had to take the example of trusted friends loving me no matter what. That is what really gave me the template to do the same over years. So again, that's a core piece of my job, is to hear you waving your freak flag. Like, okay, let me tell you, like, I just saw this and I think that it means this. And oh my God, I think I may share an essence with an archangel. And I'm like, yeah, cool. That's beautiful. And I love you, and I don't think you're crazy. And how awesome is that? If you care and you're listening, you are holding space. Don't ever let a fancy and unnecessarily fancy spiritual term deter you or confuse you. You be that person. You be that person to type this in chat. What does holding space actually mean? You be that person. And assist the handfuls of other people who are like Googling it at that moment. For real. There is nothing mystical about what anyone in this field does. It's nothing that you can't do. I am made of God just like you. I love you and I accept you. Straight up. And you didn't even know it. You are already a ninja master at holding space. Love you guys. Talk soon.